Semi-final one. So who's qualifying for the final? Who's going home? What are the best bets for the semi-final? And let's reveal my 10 qualifiers at the end. Let's start by updating the thoughts after seeing rehearsals footage first. Cyprus, much more confident of this qualifying now. Choreography looks great and the use of the stage, lights and graphics is all working nicely. All feels a bit too much like a 2005 Britney Spears performance and song, but this is an almost certain qualifier now. Looks really slick and professional. Great work by Celia and the gang getting this done. Serbia needs a bit more smoke so that I don't see the wheels on the bottom of the rock. But apart from that, all looks good. Good use of graphics on the floor and the lighting really lighting her up nicely. Song is still the star here though. I'm still leaning on this qualifying, even from second spot. Lithuania looks a bit more slick, lots of flashing lights, almost strobe light at points. Not sure about the choice of having pictures of Sylvester on the screens, but this is still a guaranteed qualifier. Probably finishes third or fourth in the semi-final. Ireland, Bambi is going for the Marilyn Manson style staging, which looks good for the harsh sounding parts of the song, the golden age parts, if you like. We haven't seen in the clips, and hard to see how they'll show the contrast like she was able to in the video. Looks good though, but it's still living by its USP. I still predict it to qualify. Interesting to see how it gets on in the final. Ukraine looks great. Hard to think how it's ever drifted to 20.0 to win. The addition of the hill or the cliff, whatever you want to call it, works really well with the graphics behind. A very vote-winning production that. Great vocals too. Will actually do really well with the juries, I think, from the clip we've seen. Has a serious chance of winning the televote and the whole thing. 1.25 top 5 is actually great value, as crazy as it sounds. I just don't see a world where this doesn't finish in the top 5. Poland, and oh dear, what is going on here? They're going for a chess theme because the song is called The Tower. There's no tower in chess. I've never heard someone call the rook or the castle piece a tower. Anyway, it looks messy, and when she's green screen riding a horse in the middle, half her head is chopped off, so let's hope they fix that bit out. Vocals sound ropey, with all the moving about they have Luna doing, it's not sounding good. And it's a weak song, and the staging, I don't think it elevates it just looks a bit messy. Without friendly votes, I think this song will be out of the competition, I think, so it's going to be close, as the points from the friendlies, they won't be 12, so this could well be in the battle around the 9th, 10th, 11th place. It's also crippled by being in between Ukraine and Croatia, which are two vastly superior songs and performances. Croatia, and this is sounding much better now compared to Dora. One of the few songs that almost sounds like it's made for the big stage. It's the favourite for the public vote, likely wins this semi-final, although it might be close with Ukraine for the semi-final, for the win, for the public vote maybe even. I can see why it's favourite again in the market though. It looks and sounds great. I said they needed to improve from Dora, and they have. Vocals sound a lot better. Looks good. Iceland. Hera sings about going sky high, and that's for the plane home after this semi-final, I think. Stood on a platform with gold everywhere. Does nothing to help this weak song. It's finishing last, and I wonder if it will get any points at all. If there was a market to bet on a song to finish last in the semi-final, I would bet it, but haven't seen that market anywhere. If you see it, please let me know in the comments. Slovenia, Raven looks like she's doing a Hadouken at one point in the clip. It all looks a bit small on the stage. They're all clustered in the middle, and despite her wearing a revealing outfit, there's not much for audiences really here. High notes, I mean, that's what you're going to get. She's just trying to show off the vocals range, which she does have, but the song just is suffering. I don't see Slovenia qualifying. Finland, so this is pretty much looking like the national final staging all over again. It probably qualifies as it stands out enough here, but would anyone be actually surprised if it doesn't qualify? The song and singing is so bad. I've definitely watered down my thoughts for this. I don't see it having an impact in the final now. Not a fan. Moldova. Natalia is alone on the stage instead of having the four with her, and she fake plays the violin with some big wings behind her as the moment of the song. The graphics are really good, and the staging wise, I'm not sure much more could have been done really. Maybe Natalia is a bit alone on the stage. She looks a bit lonely on the big stage. But the song ultimately isn't good enough. The is now down. They've now changed that to her doing that sound in really high notes, which, although it's quite impressive, it's not that nice on the ears. This is still not qualifying, but it's probably not finishing last now. Azerbaijan, it sounds great. Not sure about those giant hands on the stage, but I mean the staging's decent enough. The graphics look alright. It's still borderline for me, and I definitely could see it sneaking in at the expense of maybe Poland. It's hunting in the 8th to 12th range here. The song, it's got good song quality. The song is a really good song, I believe. But the odds are against it. 4.0 to qualify at the moment. Australia, and this actually looks worse than I thought it would. It's a really weak song too. The keyboard player in the clip isn't even attempting to play the keyboard, so maybe he's saving that like piece of acting for when it matters on the night. But we've seen a didgeridoo come on to play too in a desperate attempt at getting votes, I think. Don't know why it's there. The backing dancers are adding nothing apart from numbers on the stage. I'm firmly against this qualifying. The main chorus is all backing vocals too, as just before the didgeridoo is played, the chorus is being sung, but nobody on this stage is actually singing it. So yeah, I'm against this qualifying. Portugal, this looks great. With all the white lighting and the white outfits, actually looks really nice. So the staging comes across much better than I expected. The song is still a bit boring, but performing second to last and after a number of duff songs, it should give a bit of quality and stands out enough to go through. Although I've called the song a bit boring, it is a good song and I think it's good enough to get through this semi-final quite easily. Luxembourg, the clip shows Tally doing some long notes we didn't have in the studio version. They sound good, but ultimately the overall song is easily good enough to get through this semi-final. I actually quite like this song. One of the few certain qualifiers. Could see it finishing 3rd or maybe 4th or maybe 5th. Okay, now for my best bets for the semi-final. 1 point on Azerbaijan to qualify at 4.0. A bit of an outsider this, but I think it's got a decent chance of maybe sneaking in. Better than the odds suggest. 5 points lay of Australia to qualify at 2.0. Don't think it qualifies. And a 5-point bet on Serbia to qualify at 1.6. So here are my 10 qualifiers. I have number 1, Croatia. Number 2, Ukraine. Number 3, Luxembourg. Number 4, Lithuania. Number 5, Ireland. Number 6, Cyprus. Number 7, Portugal. Number 8, Serbia. Number 9, Finland. Number 10, Azerbaijan. Number 11, Poland. Number 12, Slovenia. Number 13, Moldova. Number 14, Australia. And 15 and last will be Iceland. So what are your 10 qualifiers? Put them down in the comments below. Do you agree with me on any of that? Love to hear your thoughts. Thanks.